Friday again. Is it me, or has this week just went so quickly?
It's
I know
gone
it was only
quick,
yesterday. It
hasn't
felt like Thursday.
Yeah.
It's Friday, is it?
I bloody
No,
hope
you're
so.
not mixed up now.
You have me thinking. I'll be sitting there going, is it Friday? Have I done the show at the right time?
Yeah.
Listen, it's not the first time that I've went to do a show and it's been on the wrong day of the week. Honestly.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm telling
I've had
you.
that with Mark on the Dark Mirror. He's messaged me, gone, are you ready for tonight? What shall we talk about? And then he's gone, oh, hang on a minute, it's Sunday, isn't it?
Every day,
Guys, I might need
things,
you guys to. I might need you guys to share it because Facebook ain't letting me because I'm an asshole and I overshare.
I can't share it out because you're using a plant streaming service.
Oh, excuse me, it's better than your one.
I
don't know,
can't share out because I don't know how to.
See, if I was to use this streaming service on my mobile phone, I wouldn't have any problems.
You can see me and Wayne are being really lovely to each other. It's like, yeah, whatever.
It's called
whatever.
It's don't start me, sister.
Hey, your sister.
Wayne, I see that you're going on a podcast with Irene. When is that on?
Who's supposed to be 10 o'clock tonight, I think.
Oh, tonight?
Yeah.
Oh, Noreen, baby.
I have sent her a message confirming what time it is, and she hasn't got back to me yet. So,
right. Okay.
I'm hoping it's not on Restream as well.
Oh, you leave my Restream out this? Or me and you? What? Richard, hold me back. Good again.
Sorry, if you put your foot down, you'll hit me on the top of the head.
Just go, kadoink. But everybody, it's Friday night, and I thought, do you know what? After the week, and let's just shake off the cobwebs and let's have a laugh tonight and talk paranormal stuff. Now, Wayne,
can I interject, please, Buff?
Oh, you can do whatever you want, sweetheart.
Well, I thought the ethos of Friday night's Fools and Ghouls is, as it states above, Fools and Ghouls.
Yeah.
The theme of a Friday night is in the title. Fools.
It is, dear. It is.
Yep.
It's supposed to be a laugh.
It is a laugh. Cheeky beach.
Do you know what I am going to do, though? What we need to
It's
do
always a laugh.
We need to get Nick on here, and I'll send Nick the blooper reels from Truth Beyond Paranormal so we can all have a laugh at them.
I will. Nick's your IT man, and I'm just a lackey.
You'll see clips of me tripping down the stairs and making a complete arse of myself. So
talking about Truth Beyond Paranormal, what's been happening with you guys?
Our bosses have had a few issues. So with work commitments and home commitments, so we had to sort of take a back step for a little while they got things sorted out their end. But we're hoping that next year we will be back up and running again now they've sorted things out. Otherwise, it'll be sort of doing whatever we have to do.
Awesome. Because it'll be great to see you guys back on TikTok and see you back on live.
They did do a few live streams recently, and then it just went quiet again. So I think they might have got told off by TikTok again. It may be because Sam was wearing a funny jumper that they didn't like, or she said something they didn't like. I never know because I never get told. So.
Oh bless.
But
See, that
Spookanori events and Spookanori itself is still going strong. So
yeah.
Good.
Guys, I highly recommend if you are looking for a good investigation and a good event night that's right, I don't mean this offensively, don't take offence to this, that's cheap and cheerful, then definitely go to Wayne because he's amazing, guys, and I can only imagine it'll be an amazing event.
it's a good night. We try because we're non-profit. We don't do it for the money. We do it because
Yeah.
we love paranormal investigating, and we like people to experience what we experience when we go out filming for Truth Beyond Paranormal.
Yeah.
So we try and keep the costs as low as possible. That way, we don't make a profit, but people get a good evening out.
That's it.
Yeah.
We don't do many a year because obviously we're busy with other commitments.
Yeah.
But what we tend to do, we'll do 3 or 4 a year. But when we do them, they are usually pretty sort of full on with people that are coming. We've got one in November that I've called Beacon Shrill. It's our Halloween event, which we couldn't get for the week before because there's another team there that night. Because I think they book about 10 or 11 each year, whereas we only book 1 a year.
Yeah, so you're not
we don't
gonna
want to
get
overdo it. We don't want to overdo it. We don't want to turn around and go, look, we've got all these events hold at this location. You know, because otherwise people just get bored of it. I mean, so far we've only been advertising for 2 weeks and we've got 16 people coming.
Wow.
Brilliant.
And I'm still waiting on about 6 more. So
what's your usual capacity? Is it depending place? Depending the size of the place that your capacity is?
In essence, yes, it would depend on the size of the location. The one we're doing in November is quite a large area with about 9 or 10 different areas that can be investigated at any one time.
Wow.
So we could have, potentially we could have 6 groups of 10 groups of 6 people.
Yeah.
So you're looking at 60 people. However, most insurance companies for public liability insurance will start at 30 people.
Right.
And unless you want to pay extra to increase that amount of people, then obviously it's extra cost. We don't want to have any more than 30 people because we want to be able to break it up into smaller teams so that it's more of a personal experience than a massive group thing. Having groups of 4 to 6 guests with a team member is probably the maximum you would have out at any one time. So,
I'm going to make tonight interesting, guys, right? Quickly. If you want to ask us a question, it doesn't matter what the question is, right? It's a no holds bar. If you want to ask us a question and we'll answer it truthfully, we'll make it interesting tonight. It'll be a good laugh.
I've got a question.
Oh, what's the question?
I've been doing editing on YouTube today, and every time I've gone to download it onto my channel, it sent it to the other channel. But I can't get rid of the other channel. But I've signed in the previous channel, the channel that I use, and it will not download it to that channel. And I'm tearing my hair out. How do I do it, Wayne?
I like the way you've asked the question to a person that's not even here. I wouldn't know, to be honest, because I've only got one YouTube channel. So it literally is just one destination. The best person to talk to would be Nick, because Nick puts a lot of stuff on YouTube. And he's more likely to know more about it than I do. I should do, really.
With Mr. Nick.
I get a lot of people that ask me about my ghost stories that I used to write.
It will be Noreen.
I'm like, I used to put them onto YouTube when they were the Most Haunted Spookanori. Yeah. And then when I left Most Haunted, I was able to carry on, but I never bothered putting them in there. I just kept them all on hard drive, and that was it.
Did you do stories on Most Haunted as well?
Yeah. in between the seasons on their Facebook page, I used to read my Spookanori's live or pre-recorded in my garden shed. So all you could see was my face. Dark. I was literally just like a floating head in the dark, and I was reading the ghost stories.
Brilliant.
When I left, because Carl didn't have a hold on Spookanori idea, when I left, Spookanori was able to come with me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he didn't like that because it went from being Wayne Seaton presents Most Haunted Spookanori to just Wayne Seaton presents Spookanori.
Well, of course, if you built something, you have the right to take what you've built, and if they don't like it, then tough shit. Because at the end of the day, it's your idea, your thoughts.
Yeah, but at the time, it was labelled Most Haunted Spookanori.
Right.
Presenting it. So technically, what he could have done was said, "Well, fine, if you're going, but you have to keep Spookanori here." And it would have remained Most Haunted. So I would have had to have rebranded my stories. But because he let me go without taking that, I was able to drop the Most Haunted and keep the Spookanori.
Right.
Well, that's good. That is really good. And I like how confident. See, the thing I admire about you, Wayne, is how confident you are at reading. Like, I would seriously be a deer caught in headlight. Whilst you're so confident, I am confident in talking and doing the podcasting side, but see the reading.
Oh, I wouldn't go that far. I wouldn't go that far. I mean, I now have to wear glasses if I'm going to read. And earlier on, when I was on TikTok with Nick Stepani, I'm like trying to read out the book and I'm reading words and I'm like, are you sure that's what it says? Because I haven't got my glasses on.
Yeah, you're straining, aren't you?
Yeah.
So I was stumbling as I was reading it and I'm like, whoops, that weren't that word. But, you know, for me, it wasn't about confidence. I just have to put in my mindset that, yes, I'm on the camera, on iPad, phone, laptop, PC, whatever.
Yeah.
But I'm talking to that camera and 3 friends.
Yeah.
That's it. That's the best way to look at it. If you look at it that you're broadcasting to a potential of millions of people, then your mindset is going to set in and you might sort of withdraw a little bit.
Yeah. No, definitely.
And it's like a lot of performers that used to perform on stage. You have to focus at the far end of the area that you're in.
Oh, God,
when I was in a band, the very first gig we did, I was bricking it.
Yeah.
I didn't want to go on stage. I'm like, no, I can't do this. And my friend gave me some of those herbal calms. Supposed to calm you. I took 2 and I was more nervous than beforehand.
Oh.
I got on the stage and the very first song was 2 Unlimited's No Limits.
Yeah.
And I was expected to go, yo, ready for this. And the curtains would open as we were playing the keyboards. So, of course, I'm standing on the stage, my legs are shaking, my hands are shaking. I'm expected to play keyboards here and sing in front of 150 people. And my mate went, are you ready? I went, yeah, go on then. So he pressed the button to start the backing music that we use. And I'm like, right, I played the first chord and went, yo, ready for this. And the curtain opened and I just saw all these heads. And as quick as as quick as anything, I'm looking out the back window. And the window at the other end of the hall overlooked Wivenhoe Library. So I was literally focusing on the bookshelves. So I could not see everybody that was in front of me. I couldn't see whether
eye contact, did you?
No eye contact whatsoever because my vision was going straight out the window to the library over the road. And that was the thing I ever
seriously don't blame you because that's the same when I used to do college presentations. I'd be looking everywhere except the class because it's just so daunting.
if you pick a point at the back of the room where everybody's in front of that point, and you just focus on that point at the far end of the room, your vision will stop you from seeing all those people.
It just blacks it out, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's like having peripheral vision. If you walking along, you're focusing in front of you. You're not focusing on what's on the side of you. But what your brain then does is it translates what it could possibly be. And that's why you get the peripheral vision. You see something out the corner of your eye, but your brain hasn't quite fully translated what it's seen.
Yeah.
So you go, oh, I just saw something move, when in fact you didn't. It was just your brain telling you, but it's just filled in the blanks.
Yeah.
Do you know that happens a lot? See, when we're talking about that happens a lot on ghost hunts. You think you see something, but it's your mind playing tricks on you.
I have found that with a lot of people when we've been out on investigations. People have gone, I just saw something. And I said, well, is it right in front of you? And they went, no. I said, well, how did you see it? Was it to the left, to the right, or was it right in the corner of your vision? And they were like, the corner of my vision. And I straight away turn around and say, it's peripheral vision. You've got no, there's no proof on that.
Yeah.
Because, especially in the dark, you know, your eyes are struggling to focus because of the darkness. That's why originally pirates used to wear an eye patch. Got nothing to do with the fact that I had missing eye. It was because
that's interesting.
This eye
I like
was
that. Yeah.
this eye was already focused to the dark. So when they went out and did things at night time, they just swapped the eye patch over, and this one was already focused on the dark.
Well, can I honestly say, I hope they never ever date with me, because if they put it over my left eye, I'm absolutely screwed because I can't see nothing. Absolutely nothing. So if I'm driving a ship, I'm going to drive that ship God knows where.
You'd be stuffed if you were a blind pirate.
That's it. Listen, I'm falling apart. I might as well be a pirate. Mary says, hi guys, still have that friend here in the concert streaming Lil Benison. That's fine, sweetheart, we'll be here. Hey Holly, hope you're well, honey.
But yeah, I mean, going back to the investigation side of things, I mean, this one we've got this year for Halloween, we have got an old, it dates back almost 500 years. So there's been something there since the 1500s. And it was started off as a normal, just a settlement. But then we come up to sort of like the late 1700s, and there was a guard station there. Then it developed into a Napoleonic fort to defend off of Napoleon's forces. Then it sort of moved further up into World War One and Two. So they actually had the coastal batteries there. So you'd got all the underground ammunition chambers, complete with all of the ammunition runners that they used to get all the shells up to ground level into the gun emplacements. So we got a nice big area, but this year we've managed to get some sort of quite influential people on social media involved. We've got a TikToker, Midlife Crisis 101X. He normally does things like car fails. So if you get a Ford that floods on a regular basis, he goes over there and he films people driving through and killing their cars.
You know what? I watch the kind of films all the time, and it's just so funny watching people who are determined they can take.
I've worked with him a few times. He's come down to Essex, and we've filmed on Mersey Island because it's connected to Colchester by a causeway. And so he comes down every now and then, and he films people going through the water and destroying their vehicles. And we did a 2-time spicy Boldak noodle challenge, which was and we did the Surströmming challenge, the old stinky fish. And that was hilarious because we did that in Rendlesham Forest. And from what I've heard, it stunk the car park out for about 6 days afterwards.
Oh my God.
Because
instead of related to the paranormal then.
Yeah, so instead of sticking the tin and the rotten fish back in a bag and sealing it up so you couldn't smell it, he just tipped all the insides of the tin out in the woods and put the can in the dog bin. So
oh my God, you're not going to get any aliens coming to look at that, are you?
Yeah. And then we went down to where the alleged landing site was, and we filmed down there. So he's quite influential on TikTok.
Yeah.
We've got YouTuber Tom Sunderland, who does the same sort of film and stuff. Currently, they're over in America at the moment, and I think they're making their way to either LA or Alaska to do some filming there. And then we've got Paranot Normal, who's
I watched them quite a lot. See, since like you suggested them, I've started following them.
Kelly and Nettie, we just recently did an investigation at 30 East Drive, which is part of a neuroscience experimental study, I should say, into the paranormal, which we have to wait for the results on because she has to write the paper and submit it. Once it's been approved, it can then be released as to what we were doing.
Yeah.
But now we found out over the last 2 days that there was a paper written in the 70s which wasn't allowed because the guy that wrote it didn't follow the protocols. This one that we did at 30 East Drive has been done almost exactly the same, but we followed the protocols. So in theory, our findings will come out and will be accepted, whereas this other guy's wasn't. So she's coming, and then we've got the one and only Nick Stepani from Daz Black's Ghost Hunts.
Amazing.
Never.
He is coming with us as well.
Wow.
Cool.
He's a very good friend of mine, and we moderate on his shows on TikTok. Me and become very, very good friends. That we actually do some radio work together as well now. So, it's really good.
What about you guys? Because you have been off a quiet one, and Richard. What about you? Is there what's coming up for you guys? Investigation wise, I'll stick my teeth in the night, folk.
I've got a news flash. I'm meeting Lynn tomorrow.
Oh, is that when you go on your date?
Yeah.
Oh,
that's what Lynn said. I organised it all. She says, right, it's a date. And I was like, whoa. And she says, no, it's a date. And I was like, okay.
Richard.
You stop. You will get me excited. I'll be thinking, they two are going to get together, and then you come back and like,
he said what it was. Richard said he was coming up this way tomorrow, and I went to where? Didn't I? We won't mention names now. And he said, I went, Jesus, 3 minutes from my house. My weekend off, so we'll go on a ghost hunt.
Well, whatever restaurant,
whatever to go, and then
I hope you don't ghost me.
Who's coming with you? Your son?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we're going off to the cave.
Oh.
The cave.
The cave.
I didn't think my voice could get that low.
Yeah, so I think he'll enjoy the places there. I found today actually looking at where we're going to go tomorrow with Richard first, and I found this place which I've been looking for a long time. I knew it was there somewhere, and it was where there was a castle. There was a castle up there, and it's been gone for hundreds of years. But David Llewellyn ap Gruffydd, he's the last Prince of Wales. His son was born there.
All right.
Not far from where we're going tomorrow. But they've got the remains of like the architrave on the doors and that. Very posh. But it's all crumbled. But what a great place to go to. What a great place.
Well, don't you two get stuck in don't you two get stuck in the caves. Don't make me come and rescue you.
Send out search party.
Yeah, there's
Well,
no signal.
well, hey, that's a great thing. You could hide in the caves. No signal, no people. Oh, don't
Richard will
tell me
come.
I'll be running.
Richard will go there with a ball of string now. You watch. We won't get lost. I've got a ball of string.
You need a very good talk.
I was just going with a loaf of bread, dropping crumbs behind me. Sort of
Yeah.
or
Yeah,
what you?
if that was me doing that, I would take some bread and drip and stuff like that to sort of leave a crumb trail, and
And then
might
the
have
rats
some
will eat
buy
it.
some rats will eat them. All, still lost.
Yeah, that's true. Never thought of that bit.
Be like,
Yeah.
can't get out now.
Well, put it this way: just take glow sticks with you, like floating glow sticks. Just
An
break them
idea.
off, and you could
Yeah.
find your way
Good
back
do.
with the glow sticks.
Yeah, you could do.
Thing is, I'd love to do that. You know what? I'd love to come back, right? And I'd love to go to a place like that where someone keeps putting glow sticks down and move the bloody things.
You
I'll go,
would,
right,
you would do it.
I'll teach you a lesson. Right, you've put all these
Oh
glow
my
sticks
God,
down so
yeah.
you can't get lost. I'm going to move them.
Yeah.
To be
Yeah.
fair,
Or I just
if,
up and take them out.
to be fair, if I was a spirit, right, and I seen people come in and investigate, I would fuck with them. I would
wow.
move all their equipment, move everything round about. I would be a total nightmare for them. I would drive them nuts.
The thing
I
is,
think that sometimes when they'll be saying tomorrow in that cave, oh, for God's sake, here she comes again. Get ready, everyone. Here we go.
oh Christ, just
Well,
like,
we're going to a hotel for the night. Come on, let's go.
the thing is, as investigators, we always say to ourselves, you should treat spirit the same as you treat yourself.
That's
Yeah.
it.
I
So
totally agree with that one.
if 30 people rock up to a location at 8 o'clock at night and stay there till 2 o'clock in the morning, as a spirit, I'd be a bit pissed off that they've disturbed my sleep.
Yeah.
Just a bit.
Yeah.
So I'd be wanting revenge. So I'd be going, right, the next group that comes here, they're going to have a rude awakening when they turn up.
No wonder,
I
right?
will be the devil.
You think about it, right? These places get investigated over and over and over again, and it's the same questions. Like, and the spirits must say to themselves, "What the holy f is this?" Like the same questions, and they must get annoyed thinking, "Oh, there's different set of clowns." Right, I'm off.
Well, I'm going to, for the 8th of November, I'm going to print up a contract and I'm going to go into the location and I'm going to go, spirits, I've got a contract for you to sign.
Oh my God!
I would like you to sign this contract and say we're only going to come out weekday evenings, Friday to Sunday, and that's it. The rest of the time is yours to do what you like. But Friday evenings through to Sunday evenings.
Do you know what? See if our spirit signs that contract, I'll die off. Can you imagine? Give me the pen, I'll sign it, and it'll be signed with
I mean,
you.
I think cracking that joke. I think cracking that joke would sort of break the ice with a lot of the guests, but also at the same time, it would dispel the myth and link into the fact that spirits are not performing seals.
Yes,
They're not.
And that would be
the
the
thing
link that I would use for my guests is to show them this contract and go, we would get the ghost to sign this, but they are not performing seals, so don't expect anything to happen during the course of the evening.
Yeah.
Go in with an open mind, and if it happens, it happens.
That would be a good way, because do you know what? People watch these TV shows and think, that's how it is out in ghost hunting, and when they come out and they realise, wait, they know this is what I seen on the telly, and then they go, oh, this is disappointment. But it's not really. You're sitting in a building, right, that's full of history, a beautiful building. I'll take a beautiful building. In fact, I'll throw one in. Need Path Castle, the one that I went to. Dead beautiful. Upstairs is amazing. me, Alex, and the team used to sit there for hours. Maybe not get anything, but I just loved being there. It was the atmosphere. It was looking at the pictures. It was going exploring the other rooms.
And the thing is, as well, is you can go there during the day and you can walk around and you can look at everything, but you go around at night time, you've got different.
Oh,
you've got a different and you've got the apprehension that something might happen.
Yeah.
That's paranormal. But where else would you be able to go at night time in pitch black and go and do that sort of thing? Because you can't do it during the day because A, there'd be tourists going around, and B, it would cost you an arm and a leg.
Yeah.
But to be honest, I would just put my cat balls in my pocket and accidentally chuck it out. Like, just throw one to one side and one to the other, and then kind of just pace something down the hall. Hello, Shane. I'm guessing this is Shane. Hello, crazy people. The Ravens Paranormal. I think this is Shane.
Yeah.
Hey, sweet cheeks.
Do you know what? You know what? I live across the road, literally here from the cemetery. Grown up here, I've never ever done a ghost hunt in that cemetery.
Seriously?
Seriously, but I have played hide and seek in there when I was a kid at night time. It was quite creepy.
Oh.
I've never
ever done a ghost hunt in there.
I've never felt the urge to investigate a cemetery. People have asked me the same question. Have you ever gone into a cemetery to investigate? You know, Highgate Cemetery. Wow, it's an amazing place to investigate. Me, I'm like, no, I've never even been tempted to go into a cemetery and ask for spirit to come forward. Far as I can see, they're there to rest.
Yeah.
So we go in there knocking on the door and expecting them to do something. And I was a bit reluctant when we filmed The Search for Matthew Hopkins with Most Wanted and Truth Beyond Paranormal. They wanted to go in the cemetery, and I was like, I don't really agree with going in the cemetery because these are people that have been put to rest. And that's how they should be allowed to remain. Trying to call on them is like knocking on their door, playing Knock Down Ginger. We'll knock on the door and run off and see if they come out and play. I don't like that idea. So
we've jumped down this rabbit hole because you've actually picked up on a good subject. When is the graveyard? Well, Lynn as well. Sorry, wrong account. Forgot I signed into my Teams page. It's all right, handsome. But it's a good shout, the graveyards, because there's a lot of discussion around graveyards and people. Now, it's very, very split on it's really you're disrespectful for going and investigating a graveyard. But other people see it as it's okay. It is okay if you're investigating a graveyard. What's your thoughts and feelings, guys?
Well, I like this one here only because I've got all family in there for starters, you know. But it's like reading a book.
Yep.
You start on the furthest part where they first put the first lady in there, Mrs. Connor, right? Mrs. Coppock went in there first, and they were shipbuilders, and you can read the history on most of those old ones, and it tells you, you know, where they're from, the names, as it usually is. But there's more to it because the gravestones, them days, absolutely stunning. The artwork on them are amazing. A lot of youth people have gone in there over the years and smashed a lot of them down. They have. They've smashed a lot of them down and they've wrecked them. But some of the stones that they've got it's like the soft stone, and it's sort of dissolved a lot over the years. Others are still there. You can read them. You can read. It's like reading a book. You can see.
It's a history lesson, isn't it?
It is, because when I was 12 and I first went to high school, we had my form teacher was a music teacher. Wasn't very nice with any of us, to be honest with you. He lived down the road, but he did tell us a story about one of the big ships that came. came in from, I think it was Holland, somewhere like that. And they went to the local pub, the Old Key House, which is still there. It's not used as a pub anymore, from the 1700s. And he went to look for somewhere to live up here. And he got in a fight with a local man. And he was warned, you know, just be careful now you're here. You hear that, the church bells.
Yeah.
If they go 13 and not 12, you're not going home tomorrow. And they did. And he was found dead the next day.
Oh.
And he's there. He's there. You can read the story, you know. And it's you can see all the different people from all around the world who came here on ships who's died here. Or they've settled here and died. And it's interesting. It's very interesting. You don't need to do ghost hunts there. You can read the history and you can feel things coming to you. And it's like you're walking around with them. You can feel the energies. Sometimes you can't. Sometimes it's just very surreal and very, very calm and that. But yeah, it's an interesting place. But I have been to some really old ones over on the Wirral. And well, again, it's not to do a ghost hunt, but it's more interesting to see what they are. Pirates ones and all this. This it's interesting to find these because they're all mixed in with the modern ones. You know, and I tend to like the ones who were on sticks, really old ones, which are on like sticks on the flat.
I mean, the cemetery, to me, we've got two. We've got the old cemetery and the new cemetery. So the original cemetery was for the old part of the town I'm in, when it was literally a hamlet. And then obviously the town obviously had progressed from a hamlet into a village. The cemetery got bigger. It then got full. And they purchased the land over the road, and that became a new cemetery. So they tended to look after that one more than the old cemetery.
Yeah.
And as a result, it got overgrown. Then word spread, oh, you don't want to go in there. It's haunted. There's ghosts in there. So, of course, kids would dare each other to go in there, even at night time. And you got the rumours that would spread. And I think that is one of the things with places like Highgate Cemetery, is that it's a cemetery. At night time, it is 100% going to be spooky and gloomy and not a nice place to go because it's a cemetery. But I think with the influence of social media, movies and TV shows portraying cemeteries as horrible places where zombies come up out the ground and all that stuff. You know,
the night of the dead.
that air of nastiness. So people tend to stay away, apart from us nutcases who are like, yeah, we're happy to go in there. Let's go and go in there. But I mean, me personally, I don't see the draw to it. I don't mind going in there to look at the history of it, because in my local cemetery, I've gone into the old cemetery and looked around to see the oldest gravestones, and I came across the foreman who was responsible for building the ship that the close I live in was named after.
Oh.
And that was the Capilla. It was one of the last ever masted freight ships that went around the world. Was built here.
Yeah.
And the actual hull of the ship, when it was retired, it came back into Wivenhoe, where I live, and the hull of the ship is buried in the housing estate.
Wow, that's interesting.
When they dug up, it was turned into a lumber yard, so it was just concreted over. When they sold the lumber yard off and the housing estate was built, they found the hull of the ship. And so they literally kept it, preserved it, and then went over the top of it. So you know where it is.
Yeah.
Close I live in, which is up the new part of the town, is named after that ship. So it was nice to actually find the foreman that was responsible for the building of that ship. Because that's going back quite a ways.
Yeah. See, we've got one locally, which we'll be passing tomorrow, Richard. You won't be going in there, but it's there. And it's a little village. It's a little village. You've got the old one, the old cemetery, which was locked off with metal gates, solid metal gates. Then you've got the new one. Now, the old one wasn't full. But when you go in the old one, you've got rich families in their plots. You can see the rich by the graves. You know, when they were buried at the time of it, cost a fortune to get that type of gravestone. It really did, because you know the stonemasons them days were spot on, weren't they? They're really good. But in that cemetery, there's a part, and you're walking and you're bouncing, and it's mass graves from the plague. Now, people say, if you go on there, you can smell this like flowery. It's not that it's flowery, it's the gases from out the ground.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Glad we're not going tomorrow then.
Bad wind going on down there.
You'll need your gas mask at this rate, because you'll need to, if you're walking across it, definitely. I'm going to quickly go into the comments. Shane says, I think it's okay as long as you're respectful. We've had a bunch that thought it would be a good idea to do a seance on some children's graves. This is why people here will chase you away nowadays. Guys who's come in, you can ask us any questions tonight, anything at all. No holds barred.
I think there's been a lot of stigma towards paranormal investigators, because a lot of people will tend to look at paranormal investigators as urbex.
Yeah.
You know, going into urban exploring. I personally will not go somewhere that nobody knows we're going into.
Yeah.
That's all right seeing an abandoned building, but if anything happens to you while you're in there, who's going to help you? Because you shouldn't technically be in there. So I won't go anywhere without the owner's permission.
Hey, William.
I've had that a couple of times where someone said to us, you know, oh, let's go into here. And I go, does the owner know? And they go, well, no, we're just going to go in. And I'm like, well, I'm coming then. Simple as that. Because if I break my leg, for me, the rest of my team are going to be stuffed for getting home, because I'm the only one out of my team that drives.
Oh my good God, that's no good.
So if I break my leg, in an abandoned building, no one's getting home for a long time.
Yeah.
So I like everything like that to be above board, but a lot of people look at paranormal investigators as urbex explorers, and they think that they're the one and the same thing. And I'm like, no, there's a big difference. A proper paranormal investigation team will make sure they've got all the permissions needed to enter that property first.
Yeah.
The ones that do the urbexing, they're looking at it as, well, yeah, we've managed to get in here, so let's go in here at night time and see if we get anything else for the paranormal viewers. So they themselves are putting their own lives at risk by going in there at night time without permission. And I'm like, fine, you go for it.
I put my hands up to being that person. I am that person. That does that.
It's a very thin line. It's a very thin line. But when it's awkward, because I don't like blowing my own trumpet, but for me, being in sort of more in the public eye, if I'm seen going into an abandoned building and making a complete horse's ass of everything and just messing around, that is, apart from it being disrespectful to the person that owns the site, it also lowers my ranking with the people that watch what I do.
Yeah.
And
I get it.
You know, that can have an effect on what you do in the future. So I have to be mindful of what I do so it doesn't affect everything else that I do.
Aye, I get you. I do get you. Shane says, I know that's a problem, Wayne. William says, ghosty people are poles apart from occultism, to be honest. That is very true, William. Very true.
Yeah.
Richard, what about you in graveyards? What's your thoughts and feelings?
Well, you know, I've been to like the German War Cemetery, but that really for me was for the history. I go to churches and stuff. I don't go to investigate the graves or whoever's in that grave. I go because the church has got some history. It was involved in, say, it was there when the plague was there, and they've got certain areas that have got all your plague victims and everything. Yeah, I go for the history, and it's amazing how, like Lynn was saying, how like the rich graves are all built up and they're nice and posh, and then all the plague victims are just like got a bit of wood stuck in the ground. Here lies, and you can't read who it is because it's weathered away. But the German War Cemetery, for me, it's on Cannock Chase as well, and it's a known UFO spot site as well. So I was killing two birds with one stone there. And there's history of the werewolves and stuff like that on a full moon. So I've always been there on a full moon. I've never heard or seen anything. And you've got Pigman. Now, we had something that sounded like Pigman, but it was definitely a pig noise and a pig squeal.
It wasn't someone's stomach rumbling.
No, this is like sort of thing, and it was like that's a bit weird.
He actually sounded. Do you know what? Your Pigman actually sounded Scottish there. I was beginning to worry. I was like,
a Scottish pig. Could have been a Scottish pig. You know,
did he have a kilt on?
Yeah, good point.
Well, then, what did he say?
Did it have a kilt and sparrow?
No, he has bagpipes with him now. That's what he was. He was trying to. He was playing the bagpipes, so he was going. Wee, wee, wee.
Do you know what?
All the way home.
You could always say, "Are you a true Scotsman?" Under that kilt.
You know if it was the Scottish pig because it was singing songs by the Proclaimers.
Yeah,
this is very true.
You go in there and say, and I would walk 500 miles.
You know what? Songs were all right. I just didn't like the way.
Be a man that walked 1,000 miles.
They spat when they spoke, when they sang, didn't they? I'm like,
oh God, yeah. It was something else. So, what makes you think it was a Pigman?
Because of the. We were talking about Pigman and the Cannock Chase and everything on the way.
You broke,
when we got there.
You can smell bacon.
Yeah.
Bacon sandwich.
Bacon. And I was thinking I could really do with the bacon and sausage sandwich. But no, we was walking about and we heard something that sounded like it. I mean, it could have been kids playing around in the woods, whatever. But we heard something, but I never ever said anything on film that we've heard Pigman, we're going to go after him and we're going to see if we can find him. Never do anything like that because at the end of the day, to me, it's like cryptid. It's cryptid bacon sandwiches.
It's cryptids. It's always cryptids.
Cryptids bacon sandwiches.
I've never heard of Pigman. I'm laughing because I've never heard of Pigman.
Yeah.
Never heard of Pigman before.
Pigman and Dogman.
I know I'm all men who are pigs, but I've never heard of a Pigman.
Well, I was thinking that. I was thinking that myself, but I wanted to be polite because I thought the two boys will reach up and batter me. So I just thought I'll be kind. Don't say that.
The thing is, if we look at it, you've got Pigman, Dogman, but the obvious mermaids.
Oh, mermaids are real.
Yeah, I mean, we look at Dogman. We look at Dogman and we say werewolves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so there has been cryptids like that about for donkey's years, and one of the primary ones is mermaids, half man, half fish, or half woman and half fish.
Yeah.
So,
I was going to crack a joke, but in this stage of life you really can't crack a joke. I'll crack it if they were off.
But also,
William, on you go, my love.
if you look through history, you can go back as far as the Centaur, half man, half horse.
Yes.
Yeah, I remember that one.
I believe that could have been because certain animals have gone extinct.
Yep.
And even man, there was. See, I always go back to Jack and the Beanstalk and the giants. So we used to have giants. So that's where most probably Jack and the Beanstalk came from. Well, and everybody say, oh, it's a load of rubbish. But they're finding giant skeletons on an island off Malta.
And they're being very, very quickly made to disappear by the Smithsonian.
Yeah, so it does happen, So I can understand unicorns. And it most probably was. But they've gone.
I did discover one the other day that we went into Colchester Castle, and they're doing a myths, legends, and magic exhibition. And they had there a skull, and for hundreds of years, people believed that it was the skull of a cyclops.
Yeah.
And when you looked at the skull, it did have what appeared to be an eye socket in the middle of the head.
Yeah.
But what they didn't look at was the eye sockets themselves were actually on the sides. But it was this indentation in the forehead which made it look more like it was a singular eye. And this section was part of the ears. And it turned out through DNA, which wasn't obviously discovered until sort of more recently, that it was actually that of an elephant.
Oh, right.
No way.
But it was because when the skull was discovered, the story went round that it was the skull of a cyclops, and so the birth of the cyclops story was born, and people would then assume it was a cyclops and that they existed.
Yeah.
That is nuts. William says, with the respect, a lot of ghosty videos make me so frustrated and angry sometimes. Why do they do that, William? And I'll tell you what, I actually agree with William in this one, because there's some videos that you do watch that you just know that it's been played about with, and it's been, photoshopped and things like that.
Paranormal videos are getting worse because of AI. Because they use AI to auto-generate stuff. And all right. I go on ChatGPT and I put in history of Grace Priory. And it comes up with all this history, and all I've got to do is copy and paste it into the speak and talk thing, and I put it on the video. That saved me a couple of hours pissing about with that. I did that for ease. But all it is a person talking and telling you about the history. And I checked it through, I made sure it was all right, not like politicians do that just believe in whatever it's writing. And no names mentioned there. So I did all that, and then obviously I couldn't put it on there anyway because it didn't load up. But a lot of paranormal people now, the ones that I tend to stay away from, will try and fake something or throw something, and you can tell by the trajectory of the stone or piece of wood, whatever, that it came from behind the cameraman, and it's somebody in his team that's behind him throwing it. Obvious. If it had gone across, then I'd have wanted a shot left to right, just so you can prove there's nobody's there before it happened. But there's just a lot of fakery, and there's just no need for it. I mean, I only edit my videos just to take the boring bits out, because you don't want to be sat there for 20 minutes watching a REM pod doing absolutely bugger all in the dark. Yeah, I'll put it on, like, if anything happens, I'll put it on like 2 minutes before and then 2 minutes after, so you can see it goes off. It's in the middle of nowhere. You know it's in the middle of nowhere because you can tell. And I film all around the ruins and everything like that, and I'll explain a bit about where I am, what I'm doing, and what's set up where, and what I'm seeing and what I'm feeling. I've got me medium with me. She's telling me what she can feel, what she's in contact with, and we'll have a bit of a session on that. And names, any names we get, they're all written down in a book. And then when we're finished, we come back and we'll research all those names, see if there's any connection with the place. And we had 2 names first time we went there, and they're both connected. One was the owner of Greyster Priory that bought it and then turned it into like a mansion house. And then the one before that was the woman that set it up. It was Rose Vernon or something.
Yeah.
And they were 2 solid hits we had straight away. And then you get all the talk about, oh, what about the nun that was buried in the wall alive? No, she wasn't. There's nothing there to suggest anything like that. You look through all the history, there's nothing to suggest that. But there was a baby born to a nun that was drowned in a pond. But it wasn't a pond, it was in the stream in the woodland. As you walk through the woodland, you go over the bridge.
Yep.
And every time I cross that bridge, I have to look down, and you just get this feeling there's something there pulling you down towards the water. And
No.
Gemma the medium, she can't go over that bridge without having to say something or mention something. And it's just one of those places that just grasps you as you walk over it. So now we go across the brook further down, so we don't have to walk across there. But,
sorry, guys, can I cut
it's,
in? Can I cut in? My iPad is about to die, so I'm
Please,
literally.
please don't go.
It's gonna cut out any.
Sunshine.
It's gonna
Please,
cut out in about
sunshine.
30 seconds. So
plug it in.
I have. It's been on charge since 7:30, and my charger is absolutely naff.
You've got a charger like mine then.
I think there's a program on there that's eating a lot of battery, so it's the second I start using it, it heats up and it starts playing up. So
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to go before it conks out on me.
Right. I'll be like, please don't go. Please don't go, Wayne. I'll save you.
I'm sorry, but I can't get on there on my mobile phone. Otherwise, I would.
Right, wait now. I'll poke it through.
And the worst part is Ellen's iPad is on one of the new C charger cables, so I haven't got any spares.
That's shit.
It's an old iPad, you see.
Oh.
Got to get a new one. So I will bid you farewell before it goes.
yeah.
Bye.
Bye, Wayne.
All right.
Have a wonderful evening.
Have a good weekend. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Lois. And
Bye-bye.
enjoy yourselves tomorrow in the Caves of Doom.
The Caves of Doom.
With our piece of string. Breadcrumbs.
Yeah. And don't forget the bacon sandwiches, because Pigman might be there.
Yes,
Pigman,
exactly.
Look out for Pigman. Look out for Pigman, definitely.
I'll make sure
Thank
they're
you very
wrapped in
much
a
for
kilt
everything
for
that you
you.
do.
And if Pigman is there, make sure you got some brown sauce to go with it.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, definitely.
Oh, right. I'm not listening because you're making me want bacon. Fuck off, Wayne.
I will do, because I'm about to eat my hot dog pasta.
Well, you enjoy your hot dog pasta, my love. Thank you for everything that you do. I appreciate you.
You're welcome. And I will see you next time.
Yeah,
see you later. Bye.
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 Toodles.
Yoo-hoo. Oh, guys, that's Wayne left us. But yeah, it's some subject. Definitely, there's a lot of subjects out there that we need to cover. That's a good thing about Dane.
William's just hit a good point in the chat.
Yeah, actually, a lot of the ghost videos they make us frustrated and angry sometimes because the you could have the best, and I've said this a million times, right? You could have the best picture in the world, the best evidence in the world. You could have a ghost standing looking at you, You
Yeah.
put that up on the internet and automatically you're shot down. It's
It'll
like,
be ripped apart by all the debunkers. But if you know it's true yourself, you ain't gonna be bothered. You're just gonna say, right, it's there. Rip it apart all you like. That's what I got on my camera. I have not done anything wrong to it. Rip it apart. Give me all your all the saying that you can say. Say
Yeah.
all
well,
you can say about it.
you tell them, sister. You tell them.
Exactly.
But it's one of those ones. See, this is what I don't get about the paranormal is that people are in this and they all love the paranormal. You show them a piece of evidence and it's like, boom, you're shot down. It's
yeah.
like that's it could be this, it could be that, or that's no real, or that's, you could have generated that, blah, blah, blah. And I just think, why would I be in a field, right? Waste my time by photoshopping something together just to try and impress. I would
Yeah.
rather be out in the field than the real thing. Right? Due to health conditions now, I'm not that fit enough to do it. But I'd love to be out in the field, and see, even if I didn't get nothing, that's not a wasted time to me because
No.
I'm out, I'm about, I'm getting fresh air. Yeah, I'm seeing buildings that maybe I've never seen before.
That's it.
And it's wonderful. So what more can you really ask for? I just wish that I know that I know the thinking of if you're on the TV, you can't be seen not to have anything because people are going to tune off. They're going to think, well, this is boring, blah, blah, blah. And I get it. I do get it. But
Nice
don't.
one, Noreen.
I didn't even realise that the other comments were here. Shane's laughing. Hey, Kate. William says, is. Wait, no, I'm going to have to take William's comment out because I think it's a bit of a long one. It's what they say or do sometimes. If they hear a noise, for example, they run into that room to find out what it is. They don't remain where they are. I was also surprised that a small amount of people don't really understand what energy actually is. Oh, that.
Well, it's got a good point there because I done this building with my second team. I was over in Liverpool and nobody's done this building before ever. It was an old building, and we sat down. There was about maybe 10 of us in this one group, 8 to 10. We sat downstairs in a corridor, and every now and again there was clicks.
Yep.
And lights went off. Now, it was like an education college, but it was an acting school as well. And people were getting frightened. They were shitting themselves, basically. So we went in there and had a look. And within, 35, 40 minutes, we'd already figured it out. It was just the heating going off and on. Because it was where this was. In another room, there was it was full of electronics and heating things. So every now and even though everything was quiet and we were listening intensely, every now and again you could hear a click, then you'd hear it on another click, and that's what it was. It was the electrics on this heating system. So
That's
we
reminds
put
me
that
when I
one
went to
to bed.
38's Drive. I went up into Philip's room and you could hear this clicking going on. And I was like, hold on a minute. I opened the cupboard door and there's the boiler in there. So I said, right, that's been switched off. Turned it off. No more. I said, now if we hear clicks in there again and I know that's switched off, then that's a different matter.
Yep.
As I'm walking away from that said door, the cupboard doors on the chest of drawers opened, and I'm like, what the fuck? I was like, tell me we just got that on video. We got it on video. And we were dancing around, putting our weight everywhere, trying to get these doors to open. They would not open. Even if you're going towards it, they stayed shut. Walking away from it, stayed shut. I stood back where I was, and they didn't open again. And they didn't open again for the rest of the night. But at one time, I was just trying to prove that it wasn't my weight displaced on the floor that opened those doors.
Exactly.
So I think I debunked that myself, that it wasn't me doing it. It was actually the spirit doing it, because that is one of the haunted rooms. But the first time I went to East Drive, my God, I got there and I was just like, whoa, this place is so sort of thick with energy. It was like you had to cut a knife to get yourself to go through.
Is it negative energy, Richard?
It felt, negative energy. But it just felt very, just thick, like a thick fog. And whilst we were waiting, Jack was talking to, what's her name, the caretaker. I can't remember her name now. And I could see this something moving about behind the door, a shadow moving about behind the door. I was like, Jack, I want the keys, I want to go in. And he says, yeah, hold up a minute. And they kept talking for another 5 minutes. So I says, give me them keys. Went straight in. Obviously nothing there, but you could just feel the energy come at you.
Yeah.
We were sitting there, we could hear all these noises going on upstairs, like dragging noises across the top landing in the bedrooms. Because we was running to wherever these noises were coming from, and then we'd hear something downstairs. We were running back down the stairs. We was going up down the stairs all night, and I says, hold on a minute, let's just sit down.
Yeah. It's playing.
Listen to the noises and not react to it. Because if you don't react to it, maybe he'll come down. Well, it will come down to us and do what we're asking it to do, rather than us running around getting breathless, doing all this stuff.
And it was mad.
Do you know, when you're talking about 30 East Drive, right? Honest to God, right? I'm going to tell you a story, but I'm going to leave the team's name out, right? Because it wouldn't be fair to name them. I get tipped off about a team, and this is what the user guys are going to laugh, but it's true. They all look like they've just got out of jail, right? And they were investigating 30 East Drive. And the video goes to one of the bedrooms upstairs, and see the way it was spoke about. Basically, the 30 East Drive was a shite hole. It wasn't clean. It was filthy. The carpets were bad. The man who owns it could actually afford to put new carpets in. Why doesn't he put new carpets in? You should have seen the review. It was pretty like jaw-dropping, and I'm thinking, holy God, if you say that about that location, I would hate to hear what you say about the rest of the locations. And then I'm thinking, looking at you, Punch, you look like you've just come out of the jail. Like, honestly, it's like you've been thrown together. It's like nerds. That's the only way to describe them, was nerds. Shane says, shit, I'm hungry. I know, he makes me hungry and then he fucks off. What do you think about that, Shane? Nori says, I've had a bacon. You can piss off and all. But we
viewers at this rate.
Sorry, Nori knows I love her really. She knows I love her really. But we've got an announcement, guys. So Nick and myself, as you know, that we own a network. Well, Shane and Mary are coming on board as partners. So, because we work with them a lot, aye, Shane, he is a fucker. He is a fucker. You sing it, brother. You sing it. So they are coming aboard. I'm over the moon. I'm really, really over the moon.
Sounds good.
We work well. We got Noreen's laughing. See, my wee Noreen laugh. I bet you Noreen's sitting there going, Did you hear that bastard and the way she spoke? Oh, thank you. I love when you give me that sign. You make me feel dead warm. Oh, thank you. Hey, I'm not always cold-hearted, you cunt. I'm actually quite soft-hearted, soft-touching.
I like the way you roll your R's. It's warm. War room.
Do you know what? Right,
I think that's
Mary and
great
Shane.
I do.
Mary and Shane, right, have pointed this out to me, right? They're like, do you know that you've got your own language, Will? And sometimes we just can't understand you. I'm like, do I have a little language to myself?
Different dialect. It's dialectic, isn't it? Is that the right word? Dialectic.
Listen,
Dialect.
here's your breath thick in the head. But it is one of those ones, guys, that Willow does have her own language. That's actually brilliant because I could make up anything. But no, it's been a good laugh. It has been definitely has been a good laugh. It's what we've needed. Definitely.
It is. Yeah, it is. Exciting times.
It is exciting times. So what are you two doing after the ghost hunt? Just say, mind your business, Will.
That'll be telling. Lynn, don't say a word. That'll be telling.
You're like, tell her nothing. Tell that Willow nothing.
Yeah. Tell her nothing that you can't cast
I'll be dragging him around all the haunted locations. By the time he goes, he'll be shattered.
Well, see if
I'll probably get home about 3 o'clock in the morning.
How long, Richard, would it take you to get from your house to Lynn's?
About 2.5 hours, roughly.
Oh well, that's actually not too bad. Because like for England,
I think it's 83 miles, something like that. It's not a massive journey.
Not too bad. 83.
No.
83 miles from yours to mine.
Yeah.
If that's the case, it should take you about an hour and 20 minutes.
The way that Richard drives, are you kidding me? It'll be 3 hours and 20 minutes.
Until you get into Wales, and remember, Richard, 20 miles an hour unless it tells you any different.
Oh God! Fucking, you know when you're in Wales, because it's the first 20-mile-an-hour zone that you'll go through, and you're in that for about half an hour, and then all you've got is fields either side, and you've got to stick to 20 miles an hour. It's like, why the fuck we're going to stick to 20 miles? There's nothing around apart from a sheep.
Richard, can I honestly give you advice? Remember to leave your shoes outside in case they steal them, in case they take the sugar out your tea and all.
Lorette, Noreen's right. Look at that. I have. Scare you.
See that bloody Noreen? I'm going to kick her arse. I can still smell bacon. Stop it. Shane's like that to Noreen. I'll do it for you, Shane. Don't worry. I'll do it. And Noreen says Lynn's got plans. Be afraid. Be very afraid.
Takes a lot to scare me.
It's all right, Noreen. I sent on my handcuffs just in case. But it's been a good night, guys. Definitely, and we hope we've brightened your Saturday, your Friday up. Definitely. I hope we've cheered you up. We've definitely been cheered up. Cheered up. And we've needed that.
Oh, I can hear fireworks going off.
I love fireworks. Do you know what? I love the colours that come flying off it.
Yeah.
Oh, do you know the months that I look forward to the most is Halloween and fireworks. That's about the only two I look forward to.
Yeah.
I look forward to Christmas because it means spending a fucking shitload of money that I haven't got.
Oh, please
don't. Kids.
I'm trying not to think of Christmas this year. I'm like, be a good girl.
I've told them this year. It says, right, I've got Imogen's birthday on the 6th of December, and I've got Harvey's birthday on the 9th of January. So I've got Christmas in between. So I says, right, you're having £30 each for your birthdays, and you'll get £60 for Christmas. Do what you want with it, but don't come asking for any more. You can always ask for me to take you shopping, but you're not having any more than that £60 that you've got in your hand. And they're like, oh, okay. So we're only getting cash? Yeah. I was going to ask you to go on Amazon and get me this. And I looked for this, and this, and it was going to cost me about 120 quid. I said, you can off.
Yeah.
No,
There's a limit, see, I've got all my grandchildren, apart from a couple of little ones, they're all grown up. So it's not too bad now. I've got 8 grandsons and 6 granddaughters.
how do you do it, Lynn?
When they were little, it was very difficult. So, like, I used to buy them all clothes or toys or stuff like that. And, and then they got older. They didn't want toys. They didn't want clothes. They wanted the money so they could go and put it all in a big pot and go off and buy their own stuff. So, and then it got to a point where what do I give them? 50, 60 quid. And when you add that all up, you think, well, the little ones can't have that much because it's too much for them to pay. So it's like the older ones don't get anything now.
Yeah.
Because they're too old.
So
and
once they hit a certain age, you take all the adults out of the equation, you just buy for kids. That's it.
There's not many left now. There's, they're all growing up in uni or college or they're working. And there's only a few little ones, but it's like birthdays. What do you do? 10 each.
Yep.
10 each.
Oh, someone's coming. Oh, it's Mary.
Oh,
Yay! Yay!
Yay! I made it.
Yay!
Yay! I look like a
you've got to behave now. You've got to behave.
No, we're not going to behave.
No.
No.
Do you know what, Mary? It looks like you're wearing a crown with that lotus flower on the wall, right?
Yes.
So where you're, it's your crown.
Shane shouting, Mary!
Hey, very posh.
Noreen says always cheer me up. That's what I'm here for. But yeah, it's quite the same. See, with my boy, what I tend to do was, because my boy is quite different from other ones who sit with the catalogue and they'll rattle off what they want. Like my boy,
get your catalogue and mark off.
Do you know what? I've done it myself. I've done it myself. My gran used to sit the catalogue in front of me and say, "Well, tell me what do you want?" But with my boy, I'm very, very lucky that way because he's just happy with like maybe some coins for his game, and I'm like, but that's not enough. What else do you want? And sometimes I've got to think outside the box because it's so hard. He's more than happy with something that's so tiny.
Yeah, but it's good though, right? And I tell you why it's good. A lot of kids these days, they do not want anything unless it's named, it's expensive, it's better than the mates down the road, their friends in school. It's got to be either the same as theirs so they can be in the gang, or it's got to be better. Kids who are bothered, they're not monetarized, and it's a good thing because they're happy with what they've got. So name brands or anything like that doesn't mean anything to them. They're happy in what they have, so that it doesn't mean the world. It's a good thing. It's a good thing.
It is, but it can be a disadvantage, But as I said, that I'm looking forward to Christmas this year, and I did say I'm going to end up maybe having a wee drink, see how it goes. So if guys that you happen to see me pushed, or if you get a voice clip wishing you all Merry Christmas and I love yous, you all know I'm steaming. I'm a very lovable Willow when I'm drunk. I just love everybody.
But you haven't seen me drunk.
Yeah,
I'm awful when I'm drunk.
Oh, are you? In what way, Mary? Do you get nasty?
No, I love everyone, and if I'm out, I don't want to go home. Never.
Mary goes out on the Friday and doesn't come home to the Monday. Yeah,
I
it's like
remember doing that.
I'll go home, but oh God, it's been good sitting tonight, guys, reminiscing, just reminiscing, kicking back and having a pure laugh. It's definitely really been good. Mary, what about you and Shane? What's your plans for investigations?
I tried to get in contact with one of our teammates, and he didn't react. So Shane did try it again, and I don't know if he got in contact with him. But we wanted to do a bunker, and I love it. World War II bunkers.
Oh, that
Yeah.
that would be super amazing. See this
You're
bloody
in, I
Noreen?
think
I'm
you're
going
gonna
to
push
kick
it.
her. I'm going to kick her out.
Yes, but I do need special clothes because it's getting cold here, and I'm always
Yeah, it's
cold
getting cold
because
over
I'm
here.
a summer dude, and I think it's so cold. So I have special socks and a special pants and a special
So do you
thermal
say special pants?
Yes, they're thermal, and they keep the heat in, but it doesn't work.
Are
So
they like
I do,
ski pants, Mary? Are
yeah,
they
a
like
bit,
these
a
ski
bit,
pants?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, but the fancy one.
Oh,
So I still look cute.
I'm
5 layers.
I'm trying not to laugh. I'm trying to be sensible, but it's just I've got visions of
Not
Mary
going to.
with
No,
with
no.
these knickers.
If you've got
I
to
went
laugh, you've got
on
to
an
laugh.
investigation. I
You
went
can't
on an
just laugh.
investigation.
Laugh is infectious. Everybody starts laughing.
Yes,
Right.
if they see me during November, December, and they see me on an investigation, I probably think they're wet themselves because I'm all like this.
I can actually visualize Mary you dressed up as a Eskimo, like
Yeah,
you're
yes,
out fishing in the igloo.
yeah,
yeah, she's got big
exactly.
knickers that come up to here. Tuck them all in up there like that.
But I need.
Noreen, you're right. I was thinking knickers and I've realised it's trousers. Shane says no contact yet. Not a change from when I'm not drunk, because he always says I always eat when drunk. Listen, I'll be your Gordon Ramsay. I can make a good pizza, but you might be able to bang it off the plate and it might make quite a noise. I'll tell you the story with Stephen. So Stephen says to me one night, make my dinner, right, no bother, would you want pizza? And I was like, no problem. So obviously I've put it in the oven, and maybe I just let it go a wee bit too much. So brought it in front of him, and I swear to God, for half an hour I was in tears with laughter. He cut it open, looked at me, looked at the plate, and started banging the bit of pizza off the door. And he says, literally, you could have used it as a door knocker, because they have, honestly, I was bad at burning pizzas. But can I just say, now in 2025, I am getting good at making pizzas.
I was about to say, I think it's an age thing. I do, because I remember when I was your age, maybe a little bit younger, and I used to put pizzas in it. One of my husbands, he threw it. I'm not eating that. And he threw this pizza and it stuck on the wall.
I could totally imagine that. Totally imagine that. Do you know
And it
Tom
just
Lee?
slid down like a dead body. Dead slow.
Oh my!
You know the pizza you can get, you just put straight onto the rack, and you can just cook them like that, and they don't do anything but cook on the rack. Well, I bought this pizza and it wasn't the cook on the rack one. And I was going to put it on a tray. But for some reason, I think it was, I bought it a couple of days before I got COVID. So my partner at the time decides, I'll cook you this pizza. I says, there's no point because I can't taste anything. She says, well, I'll put a bit of spices on it and see if you can taste the spices. I says, okay. And so she goes and does it, puts the pizza on the rack, goes to it, and all you heard was, oh, shit! I was like, what? And I got up, I went to the kitchen, and all this pizza just fell through the grids and was just all over the
Oh
edge.
my god.
It just fell apart, fell to the bottom. The piece at the
Oh.
bottom, the pepperoni with the spices, was actually on fire. It
Jeez.
was like, Jesus Christ. I've got COVID, I'm not sorting any of that out. You can do it.
Shane says, you better, it's my favourite. I swear to God, I'll be the best chef ever for you. No, no, the pizza. That was I'll give you even a better one than that. So, my boy had been yapping on for weeks about a chicken curry. And I went and got all the stuff. Stephen went to bed that day. He wasn't feeling great. So next thing you know, I thought, right, I'll make this chicken curry, right? So went into the kitchen, chopped up everything, cooked the chicken, everything, ended up throwing it into one big pot. And I thought, right, I'll do this with the chicken, like, put the mix in. Put the mix in, everything was like, all right. So I thought, oh, it'll be like mince. Like, you just leave it for half an hour and then go back and checking it. And then I thought, after 15 minutes, I thought, I'm going to go and check on that, just make sure it's all right. Honest to God, guys, I'd burnt the arse of the pot. I'd literally burnt the arse of the pot. The vegetables were burned. The chicken was unedible. I had literally, and the curry sauce, I swear to God, you could have probably bounced off the wall and it would have come back and hit me right in the cooking. It was literally, and I went, what the shit? So Tommy Lee waited till Stephen was up and then said, Stephen, I didn't get my curry, Mum burnt my curry. And Stephen said, how did you manage to burn the curry? I said, well, I left it for half an hour because I thought obviously that's what you were meant to do. And he went, no, you're meant to stand and stir it. And I was like, oh, that's where I went wrong. But I literally burnt the arse of the pot with all the vegetables and
Isn't
everything.
it funny, what you do
and
when you...
she, don't laugh, it's not my fault, I can't cook. Well, I can cook actually.
The most stupidest
I do all
thing
my
I've
curries
ever
in a
done.
stock pot now over 8 hours.
Oh, yeah. It's easier. When I was a child bride,
I was like,
that sounds wrong.
many years ago, when I was a child bride, my husband brought some lamb's hearts.
oh,
He brought them home, and I looked at them, and he brought a packet of stuffing mix. He said, I'm going out, won't be long, back in an hour. I said, well, what do you want me to do with this? He said, mix the stuffing up, put the stuff in the lamb's hearts, put them in the oven and cook them. And he goes off, and I'd never done this before. I'd never cooked hearts before. So, and I mixed this stuffing up, and I was getting the stuff, and I had one of the hearts, and I got some of this stuffing, and I was putting it in. Every time I pushed it down one valve, it was
the other.
oh my God.
And I get
over the valves.
and it was popping up. It took me about an hour to get these little 4 hearts stuffed. And then he came home and he went off his head with me because I hadn't done it. I didn't know you had to cut all the tubes out.
Oh my God, you left the valves in.
No, I've never cooked them before.
Oh,
Just pushing them in. It was
Imagine that they're putting a cork in one bulb and stuffing
Oh
it
my
through
God.
there.
Oh, Shane's laughing. He says,
Yes,
whenever
yes, yes.
whenever I ever come over, I will teach you something. And listen, see if I can't cook a curry, how the fuck am I going to cook Indonesian dishes? Are you not?
It's a kind of curry. It's a kind of curry. It's fine.
But
It is
oh,
easy.
it is. I mean, don't get me wrong, guys. I have come up in the world. I have actually started to improve in the old cooking.
She can
Yeah,
do flavoured noodles now. In the microwave, 10 minutes, job done.
don't go on about noodles, because Tommy Lee will tell you the story about when I made them noodles. I think it was like a week or two ago, and he tasted them and he went, "Mum, these are salty." He's like, I had put extra salt in, so it was like, "Here you go," and he went, "Oh, Mum, these are salty." So I took them, destroyed them, and I made him another one, and he went, "Mum, you're just useless." He says, "These ones are new undercooked," and I went, I says, "You're really taking the pee." Shane's laughing. It's easy, trust me. That's what I thought with the curry. But
Well,
guys, we've had an amazing night. We have
yeah,
had an amazing night. It's been funny. It has been funny. Even sitting reminiscing my old stories.
Yeah.
We should definitely do it, Mia. Definitely, it's something that we need to do at least once a month, is just sit and reminisce
Yeah.
Yeah,
with
why
stories
not?
and things like that, because it's been a good laugh. And you've learnt that I'm not exactly a master chef, so I'm not a catch. If anybody thought I was a catch beforehand, I bet they don't think I'm a catch now that I can't cook.
Throw you back in.
They'll be like, yes.
Well, no, it's a good job. I don't mind cooking.
Oh,
Well, if you don't mind cooking, then that's fine with me. Um, he even slags me. Stephen slags me on how I peel potatoes. He says that I take nearly half the potato out when I'm peeling the potatoes.
well, see, this is it, isn't it? This is a problem I've got. You get a bag of potatoes when you've got a young family, right? And you peel all the potatoes, doing chips or potatoes, whatever. You're peeling them about that thick. There's no potato left, is there?
No.
That's what Stephen says, the way that I peel them.
When I was a little girl, my mum's sister she went to the army and she was a chef in the army, World War II, right? So she was a fantastic cook. And she used to have this machine and she used to put it on the side of a sink. She'd wash her new potatoes, put them in this machine, plug a hose pipe on the tap. She'd switch the tap on. The tap would make the bowl inside turn round. It was a lumpy bowl. So these lumps peeled the potatoes. It took all the skin off the new potatoes.
Okay.
And then the water out of that went out into the sink. I've got myself one of them. It's a modern day version of it.
Oh,
And it
I
saves.
really need to get myself one of them.
Yeah.
Those
So when
interested?
buy new potatoes, or I get them out the garden because I grow my own. Instead of sitting there with your knife, it's nice to peel them, isn't it? With your, scrape them with your fingers or with a little knife. None of that anymore. Just shove them in the machine. Done.
Oh, don't tell me that. This is like lazy cooking 101. It's like that'll be me. Noreen says, "I dropped something on the floor, but I had spent so much time cooking it, I picked it up and put it on the plate and gave it to my partner." I gave myself away.
20-second rule, that is. Yeah.
He said, "You've dropped something, haven't you?"
5-second rule comes into play.
Yeah.
Do you know, I was watching this video cam because I like watching the other people's door, cams, right? Because some of the stuff you see is hilarious, especially when it's delivery drivers. But this one was somebody dropping
there
off
you
at
go.
McDonald's, and they actually dropped the client's food, and then they picked it up off the ground and was about to give them it. And I just thought, oh my God. Noreen says, I used to have one of those machines in Workland, but it was an industrial one. But listen, guys, I'm keeping the tips here for Lazy Cooking 101. But guys, I've had a good night. I'm going to leave the podcast now because my throat is starting to get really sore. And it's starting to screech, like, honestly. But thank you very much to you guys. I appreciate
No
everything that you
problem.
say. Thank you very much to the viewers, guys. Without yous, we wouldn't have these shows. But thank you very much. And everybody, have a really good weekend and stay safe, guys. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye-bye.